The Centr 3, previously known as the Inspire SF3, is an all-in-one home gym-oriented functional trainer with an integrated cable-driven Smith machine, most widely known for being sold and fulfilled via Costco.com. The Centr 3 has become extremely popular over the years for 1, being able to be purchased at Costco and backed by that awesome warranty, and 2, because of its relatively low price per sheer amount of functionality and value it provides, compared to competitors in the similar price range. I've owned the SF3, again the originally named version, for almost 3 years now, and this machine is arguably one of my favorite home gym pieces to date. I would even go as far to say, if I were to start my home gym all over again from scratch, this would be the first piece of equipment I would buy, specifically due to the low price and also just how smooth, adjustable, and capable this machine has been through everything I've thrown at it over the last few years. That sounds almost too good to be true, right? Let's check it out. Hey guys, this is Michael with the Jungle Gym Reviews. Today we're reviewing the Centr 3 Selectorized Functional Trainer Smith machine. Just to recap real quick, this is the same machine as the previously known Inspire SF3, as you'll see from the branding here. In 2022, some parent company bought Inspire and Centr, which was another fitness company started by the actor Chris Hemsworth. So now, Centr sells the previously labeled Inspire products, just change the badging and branding, but everything else is the same except this Smith bar color is now white, but the overall machines are identical. Before I get into the video, if you could quickly hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, it will continue to help us grow the channel, and make sure you get notified when we post our weekly reviews through the end of this year and every single week throughout all of 2025. Okay, so this Centr 3 is extremely popular due to its price, and again, because it's sold at Costco.com. It honestly used to be a much better deal than it is today. When I bought this, it was a little under $2,000 and a $500 Costco cash/gift card. With the prices of everything going up in today's day and age, this has as well, but it's still priced very competitively at $23.99. As I mentioned, all the Centr and Inspire line of machines are definitely geared towards home gym use, which you can tell by the size. It's not super tall, it's not super wide, and it's really just made to fit into any room or basement of normal heights. That being said, this machine is 58 inches wide to the outside of the shrouds by 45 inches deep and 83.5 inches tall. The width of the cable pulley trolleys themselves is about 48 inches. So the upright height and hole spacing, there are actually 39 height selections starting at 11 inches at the lowest, going to 67.5 inches at the highest. The cable ball stopper is in line with those heights, so they will respectively be where the cable travel starts. This overall profile is really nice for me because unlike its very compact little brother, the CG3/Inspire FTX used to be called, this one has a more square footprint, which allows it not to feel as small or cramped. The only dimension I would personally want more out of is the height. Although ironically, when I bought this, I was still in my basement gym and it was completely maxing out my basement height. I had to push some of my drop ceiling tiles up out of the way just for this to fit. Now that I'm in my 10.5 foot tall garage, I wish this thing was about 6 inches to a foot taller, but now I have my fairly full-size Mikolo Falcon functional trainer over here, in addition to my power rack, in order to do these full range of motion pull-ups from someone who's 6'2", but this definitely gets the job done if you're shorter or just bend your knees. So the biggest feature of this functional trainer is obviously the built-in Smith machine. So here, this red bar, the Smith machine is locked into the top with a simple spring-loaded pop pin, which you twist, and are now able to release the Smith bar. And all it does is it just sits right on top of the functional trainer trolley on either side. You'll see the locking mechanism here for the functional trainer slider trolley is actually the same one as you tilt the Smith bar down. That hooks right in and now unlocks it to be able to free slide. And now you can slide it down, and when you're ready to lock it in place, you pick the height you want and you slowly turn it, and now it's unlocked. So now, in order to fully engage the Smith machine, it's still at the height you want, but it is free sliding. All you're going to do is go to the outside of the cables, grab this little red cable latch here, move it now to the other side. This now moves it from the cable pulleys themselves to the Smith machine trolley, and you do that on both sides. And now, rather than the resistance being on the cables, it is for the Smith machine now. So now any of the weights you select on the weight stack is now going to be exactly used on the Smith machine. Now I'm quickly going to show you how to put it back. You're going to do the exact same thing as you did prior. You turn it counterclockwise to engage these tabs here, just like so. You'll feel it release. Now the trolley is sliding freely. You will slide it all the way back up to the top, disengage, and now your pulley Smith bar is at the top. Speaking to the weight selections, you have 160-pound weight stacks on either side. As you'll see here, there's a simple, neat little weight stack that just has numbers 1 through 15 and a magnetic weight stack pin here, which is really nice. Simply put that in which one you want. Each plate weighs approximately 10 pounds if you count the top plate, which you cannot disengage, and then each one sequentially all the way up to number 15, totaling again 160 pounds. One thing to remember though, this is a 2-to-1 pulley ratio. So anytime you have a weight, let's arbitrarily say this is 90 pounds. If you have 90 pounds engaged, you're really only feeling 45 pounds. Same thing for number 4. If that were to be 40 pounds, then you're really only feeling 20 pounds because of the 2-to-1 pulley ratio. The other thing that's nice that they include is this half adder weight, which is a 5 pounds. And all you do is simply slide it right here. And now you have 5-pound increments through this 160-pound stack, which again is just a really nice feature for you to be able to microload or dial your weight in to whichever increment and adjustments you really want. So my favorite feature of this entire machine, and the reason I've had it so long, despite all the other cable options I've had over the years, is simply the absolutely buttery smooth cable, travel, and feel on this machine. Holy cow. It is so incredibly smooth, and I own probably 8, 9 cable machines or cable-driven weight machines over the last few years. This blows them all out of the water. Just absolutely fantastic. I don't actually understand how they do it. The pulleys themselves are nylon. Again, it's a 2-to-1 pulley ratio. That shouldn't really affect the smoothest, but the pulleys and whatever bearings they use and whatever configuration they have just honestly feels fantastic. It has this snap back feel, so you pull it out, again, buttery smooth, but it almost flings you back into it, which is actually a little bit different feel, more eccentrically loaded than most cables that I've tried, where it's just in and out. This actually almost feels a little bit more on the eccentric portion of the movement. So honestly, just super, super, super fantastic. I feel terrible every time I review any other cable-driven machine because I compare it to this SF3 and I say the SF3 is better. Nothing feels as good as the SF3 because it's honestly just true. This thing is so buttery smooth and I'm just really happy to have it. So one of the other really nice things about this machine is the included cable storage, which I've since improved on with a little bit of DIY. I'll show you what you can do at home too. It's honestly one of the best storage solutions that I've seen. So they include a couple of these built-in hooks, little notches that come integrated to this machine. Any sort of cables, cable attachments, bars you can put here. Now what I did is I added this straight from Amazon band peg hanger, which I simply just drilled 2 more holes, and now it gave me however 8, 9, 10, a little more options. I'm able to put some bars on top. Moving all the way to the right side again, they're built-in options, and now I literally just have as much cable storage and hooks as I possibly could want, which is really, really nice when you have a cable machine, especially a dual cable machine that has just so many functions. The last thing I added here, as I mentioned before, is these bare steel weight stack pins. I drilled a hole through the frame to store the 5-pound adder weights on the back and the bare steel weight stack pins on the front. Don't mind a little bit of patina rust here. It's because we're in a garage gym, but I installed those on either side so I can easily either put the 5-pound weight straight on the weight stack, or if I want to load an Olympic weight plate, I can hop on a 45, 25, 10, whatever my heart desires, put that magnetic weight stack pin into the weight stack, and we're pretty much good to go. So the really cool thing about this Smith machine, you can actually turn the Smith machine into a 1-to-1 ratio, different from the typical cable 2-to-1 ratio, simply by connecting an extra carabiner to this little latch on the front of the Smith bar. All you do is normally connect the Smith bar on the side as you normally would, and then in addition, you take the carabiner from the front pulleys, put it here, this little bolt over the little notch on the Smith machine, and now you have a 1-to-1 ratio for this weight stack. You do the same for both sides, and you have a complete 1-to-1 ratio, which now allows you to utilize the entire weight of both weight stacks combined with the Smith machine. Rather than just 160 pounds, now you have the opportunity to use 320 pounds of weight via the Smith machine. That is awesome. It is such a cool engineering idea. That means things like world record bench attempts, deadlifts, rows, you name it, you have enough weight to do it at home. Absolutely great, absolutely fantastic, well thought out, and well designed by Centr. So as far as alternate options go, I will not go over in this review because there's literally just so many. If you're interested in a few other options in this price range, I went into further detail of those during my recent review of the Mikolo Falcon Functional Trainer, which I'll put a link for in this video description. So guys, that's it for this review on the Centr 3/Inspire SF3. As always, thank you for visiting the Jungle Gym Reviews. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll be happy to answer or at least try. Thanks for tuning in again. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.